Previously on the Apocalypse Eternal Darkness livestream.
Jalen finds a gun.
Yeah. Just imagining the PvP, the big giants versus the undead, hordes and hordes of them.
That's gonna be cool.
I'm
It's gonna
excited.
be cool. Can't wait.
Gun.
It looks like he's in trouble.
And what we're gonna be doing now is we're gonna launch a first stage where we're gonna be. And if you look at the Necrolibriatus, we already have a huge number of hints on where the story's going with all the different houses, and we'll continue to. It is my goal that we like to do is write dialogue and then sit down with the voice actors and say, what do you think? Do you like the way this is going? And get their
Jalen died
because in the
again.
end, people.
Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Apocalypse Studios live stream. My name is Jalen Pachenik, your community herald, and I have forgotten to turn on my light up here so you guys can see my face a little better. There we go, perfect. Hope everybody's doing well in the chat today. Thank you so much to Pandora Jane, Faceless Mike, Sailor Midgard for hosting us, and thank you, Elotastic, for subscribing and joining the ranks of the undead. We really appreciate that. We are joined this week by a very special guest, Golden Zan. How are you today, Golden Zan?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic. Thank you for inviting me.
Good. And for those of you who haven't noticed, there is a slight change to this week's stream. I don't know if you guys can have noticed what's different yet. Something pretty significant missing from this week's stream. For the first little bit anyways, we are without Dennis Dyack. Unfortunately, he has a very special meeting that he had to go to at exactly 4 o'clock. It is scheduled to take only a half hour, so he should hopefully be back by 4:30. But we're still going to be playing Eternal Darkness until he gets here. We didn't want to reschedule the stream or cut it short for whatever reason, so we will keep playing until Dennis shows up. So until then, it will be myself and Golden Zan hanging out while I play Eternal Darkness. We'll load up this save file here before we get into it. We also wanted to remind you guys that we're giving away another free Founders Pack. Risen or upgraded, I believe. All you have to do is type in the word Risen into the chat to be entered. You only have to enter it once. Typing Risen in multiple times will not increase your chances of winning. But if you have already won a Founders Pack, you will be able to give this one away. This is a Risen pack. I was just corrected. It is not an upgrade. It is a free Risen Founders Pack, which will give you a chance to enter the second age of Dead House Sonata. Once again, type Risen into the chat once. You will be entered. Spamming it multiple times does not increase your chances of winning. And if you've already got a Founders Pack, you'll be able to give this one away to someone who does not have a Founders Pack. So make sure you've typed in your Risen for a chance to win, and we'll be doing the draw at the end of the stream. We'll see what time that is. We'll see whenever Dennis gets here. We'll go for 1 hour after that to make sure Golden Zan has all the time to ask Dennis all of the questions he wanted to ask him. So, I think that's all of the bookkeeping out of the way. I've thanked everybody for hosting and subscribing. We've done the Risen contest. And now we can move on with Eternal Darkness. Just double checking what I've got so far and remembering where I was. So, right, they had just given us a magical elixir to refill my mana, which the game has never done before, which makes me feel like something kind of big is going to come up. We were talking a little bit off camera, Golden Zan. You said that you had played Eternal Darkness before?
Yes, only once. One playthrough to the end. Haven't really explored everything there is to be explored in the game, but I enjoyed it. I played mostly to get to know Dennis's work and find out where some of his ideas come from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The game's a little difficult to find on GameCube nowadays, so most people play it through a Dolphin emulator.
That's right. Not everyone have GameCube readily available.
Yeah, tough to find these days. I'm trying to remember RGG.
By the way, everyone, if you have a question for Dennis, feel free to insert it on the Twitch chat. I'll ask him as soon as possible.
Yep. You can still enter your questions into the Twitch chat, and when Dennis gets here, we will make sure that those questions are passed along to him. Wyvern Tamer, thank you so much for asking. I'm doing great today. How about you? Okay, so we got the max level magical attack, which was the spell they had just given me. So I feel like it's going to come in handy very, very soon.
So Calypso694S on Twitch. You are a translator in the industry, right, Golden? What's the hardest one you've come across to get around? Well, yes, I'm a translator. I do game localizations. I cannot mention any games I've translated by name, but the hardest ones are definitely the ones that are fully translated from another language, such as translating Chinese into English fully, and then having to translate on top of that. Those are definitely the most complicated I've come across.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I have enough difficulty speaking one language, let alone multiple, and then translating them back and forth. That's got to be pretty difficult.
It can be.
This room looks pretty familiar. Is this? Yeah, it is. I finally get a rematch at that boss fight. Yes. Unless he also just steps on Peter and...
Hopefully not.
Yeah, hopefully we get an actual boss fight. Yeah, there he is. Okay. Interesting.
This one looks different from the one I've seen on my playthrough.
So, yeah, I've been avoiding spoilers whenever possible about Eternal Darkness to have this playthrough be as fresh and as real as possible for everybody at home, but I did notice that this boss fight does change based on which playthrough you're playing through, with the three different elder gods being a possible sort of boss fight here. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, okay. Ooh.
Yeah, you picked Ulyov, I think, or was it... No, it was Chaturga, right? I took Zelotov the first time around. Alright, good luck, Jalen.
I guess. Ooh, yep. Thank you.
Well, let's amp up the difficulty a little bit. Calypso is asking you how you became a community manager. Can you talk about it and play at the same time?
I can try. It was actually kind of interesting how I got this job. I went to school for broadcasting, communications, basically, radio and television in college. And Dennis Dyack had reached out to my teacher at Niagara College, asking if there was anyone in the radio program who would be a good fit for a job like this. Ooh, okay, we're out of magical energy, cool. So my teacher reached out to me and suggested that I apply for this. And it's sort of been history since then. I would not... Ooh, uh-oh. Oh, he tried to step on me. That did not work. Oh, crap. Try this again. The hardest part, definitely, is this right here. Speaking while playing a video game you haven't played before at the same time is tough to concentrate on. But yeah, it's basically I went to school for radio, and that is how I ended up here.
That's nice.
Yeah, there's a bit of an overlap between television and this stuff. When we were in the studio making a lot of those weekly videos, that was always a lot of fun, and I felt very much like I was using my diploma much more. No, Faceless Mike, school did not prep me for streaming. They, unfortunately, when I went to college, they, I don't want to say looked down on streamers, but it wasn't taken terribly seriously in the broadcasting industry, unfortunately, which I don't understand why. It's essentially radio or television, in person while you do something else in the background. I need to do that.
Being a successful streamer can be just as tough as any other job, pretty much.
Oh yeah, for sure. I really agree with that. Ooh, please don't step on me. Okay. So he's just gonna keep on stepping. Nope, I need more magic.
I don't know if you've seen this before, but you can recover your mana by just walking around, if you notice.
By walking around in a circle. Unfortunately, according to Dennis, I guess this was a sort of an unintended workaround to the lack of mana recovery. Okay, so if that's not working, let's try good old-fashioned gunpowder. Nope.
This was probably the longest fight I had in the game.
Yeah, I can see why. Okay. Let's see. Can I run? Oh, I
In
can.
search of
Alright.
answers, we sent forth a vampire to the western reaches.
Not quite. Let's try casting this one more time and see how that goes.
Yes, I believe you're gonna have to use a specific spell to be able to damage him.
Hey, there we go.
There you go.
Okay. Getting a little better. Ooh, Peter. Not looking too good there. Alright. Easy does it. Please don't. Oh, this is one of the few problems I have with this game, is that sometimes it doesn't quite give you enough time to cast all these spells. Please don't. Just let me... Oh, I'm stuck real close to him. Okay.
That's a bad time to be staggering.
Yep.
Oh, ho.
Okay, fine. That's alright.
That was lucky.
One death for Scott's replay clips is not a big deal. It's once I start dying 3 or 4 times in a stream when it starts getting a little embarrassing for me. Yeah.
No embarrassment there.
Nope. Throw some F's in the chat. There they are. I knew they were coming. Oh boy. Ian with the 100-bit F? Is that what I see there? Wow. I don't think anyone's ever donated bits to our stream before. Thanks, associate producer Ian.
The darkness comes.
I've seen that the picture of those skeletons enough. I've been trying to figure out what exactly or how exactly they've been pieced together. It's like 2 rib cages with a skull in the middle, and the spines are going in the rib cage. I'm not sure, but I'm sure Dennis had quite a lot of fun designing that.
It is a weird formation indeed. Maybe we can ask about it when he comes back.
So, Golden Zan, we had talked a little bit before the stream. You said that it was quite cold where you are right now, actually, right? Colder than what it normally is?
For a tropical region, yes. Even though where I live, which is basically the capital, the temperature switches pretty much every day. One day it's cold, the next one it's hot again, and so on. And it's definitely not as cold as it is in your region, but for me, who is used to constant heat, it is cold over here. About 20 degrees Celsius right now.
Oh, geez, yeah. I mean, if that's cold for you, I feel for you. In Canada, if it gets over 5 degrees, people start wearing shorts and t-shirts again. Don't hit me. Get some dodgeball real quick. Oop, that one got me. That, and that. Let's go do this. Yeah, alright. I'm getting the hang of this a little bit. Stage 1, dealt with.
It took me so long to figure out what to do in the very first stage with this boss.
Yeah, I can imagine. It, I don't know. The only reason I started using this, I got that feeling very, I guess Legend of Zelda-esque. If you, when the game gives you something or a new tool, it probably wants you to use it at the next possible juncture. For example, this magical attack spell, I think I got it in like the room just before this fight. Which told me immediately, okay, that didn't work. Let's just top up with another one of these. Run around here and wait till he stops. We're gonna do it this time. You. These other gods never wanna cooperate in just the way I want them to, unfortunately.
Yeah, better wait for him to start charging up his attack before you try that again.
Yeah.
Also, you can use the zombies to chain the lightning, so you don't have to stay in too close to him.
That's true.
You can wait for them to come to you. And then stay further than he can reach, the monster.
Okay. Try that then.
There you go. Oh, they blew up.
Nope. Okay. That's okay.
By the way, if there's a slight delay in what I'm saying, it's because I'm watching it through the Twitch instead of your feed.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough. That does make some things slightly more difficult. I know sometimes when Dennis is here, he watches it through the Twitch stream as well. And he'll comment on something like after I've been in that room or done the thing. And then, come on, please.
I think you're too far away. You have to wait until there are some zombies on the way.
Yeah.
Wait for about 3 of them to spawn, then try using your spell as the first one is coming closer to you, and the spell will chain on them.
Okay,
Was
that
that
one
one?
didn't work, but that's okay. Push back up here. Cast a spell real quick. Trial and error. Quite a lot of it is required. Here I've found. Nope, not enough magical energy. Run around this circle.
Do you still have a potion?
Yes. Try. Run over here. Just gonna stomp. Stomp. Okay. Do I need to do it when he's flashing or when he's charging up another spell?
I think it's when he's flashing. So here's the thing. He spawns the undead, and then he starts charging his stomp ability or whatever he does. While that's going on, you can hit him, I believe. I think that's it. Pandora Janie, I believe she's watching the stream. She may be able to correct that otherwise.
Fair enough. We'll see. Cover some mana real quick while I wait.
Sailor Midgard said you can try using a faster cast time version of the spell if you want. Instead of using the 7 runes, you know?
I don't have to use the 7 rune one.
I don't know if that will hurt him, but you can try.
Yeah, we'll try it. Which one? Antirock and Vregamore. So we'll try a 5-point spell. Antirock, Vregamore, Pargon. Oh, thank you for the advice, Pandora Jane. Just skip this boss. I will keep that in mind for next time, for sure. In the meantime... okay, we'll put that one down there. Don't get hit by the another step.
So you use the runes names to orient yourself, is it? Instead of the translation for them?
Oh, pardon me?
Do you use the runes names themselves to when you are assigning the runes? Do you orient yourself through their names or through the translations? Because you mentioned Entomor, Pardon, Paragon, etc.
Yes, I've been doing it through, crap, I messed that one up. I've been doing it through the names of the runes. I'm trying to remember. I'm sure that's not the best way to do it, but it works for me for the most part anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, regain some mana, wait till he starts flashing.
Okay, he's spawning the undead. Now is a good time to start charging the spell.
Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Okay, well, we got that guy. I guess it has to be the 7th level one. So we'll use up my second to last elixir of mana. Let him cast some more zombies. And once they start to spawn... Okay, and then we'll try this. No way. Why did... Interesting. Very, very interesting boss fight. Oh boy.
You have a relatively wide range when you cast a spell to be able to hit the zombies, so you can try standing a bit farther from them when initiating the casting.
Okay, try standing a little further back. He's that last mana elixir. And start casting this.
There you go. Let's see if that works.
No. It canceled itself out. Do I need more sanity?
I don't think you use sanity for that.
I don't
But
think
yeah,
so.
I noticed. That was weird.
But it
You
canceled
didn't get
the-
hit or anything.
No, just canceled the spell. Dead Reckoning, for those of you that don't know, we're giving away a free Risen Founders Pack this week. All you have to do is type the word Risen into the chat to be entered for your chance to win. Type it in once. You don't need to type it in more than once. It won't increase your chances of winning. And if you already have a Founders Pack, you'll be able to give this one away. So feel free to still enter if you have one, so that you can hopefully give it to a friend of yours. Give them access to the second age of Dead House Sonata. Okay. So that's not working for some reason.
But Dora Jane explained to us that the sanity damage from the spell counts as normal without sanity itself, so you need to recover some sanity before you can use it. I did not expect.
Interesting. Very, very good to know. Thank you, Pandora Jane. Appreciate the advice, as always. I don't think we'd be nearly as far in this playthrough if it wasn't for your help. Okay, I need to recover. Green. Cool. Okay, come here. Let me finish you off real quick to gain some more sanity.
I think at some point you're gonna have to recover sanity with spells, because the zombies end up consuming some of it back as soon as they spawn.
Yeah. Stand over here. Recover sanity. Okay. There's that. And I can't cast that right now, so that was my last magical elixir as well.
You're just gonna have to bid your time now.
Run around in a circle for a little bit. Get my sanity back a little bit anyways.
Cool.
I agree, Pandora Jane. This is very stressful. Trying to run in a circle with what looks like a sprained ankle. Okay, this one should work. So That. Miss.
Good luck. Did he hit anyone?
I hit the zombies, but not him.
Huh. Maybe did not reach him in the right time?
No, I guess not. Let's run around in a circle again real quick. Cast Recover for some health. I'm gonna need more mana.
You can try using shields for not having to waste power in recovering your health.
That's a very good point. You know what? Alright, we're gonna restart this one and try again with some more magical elixirs. Go ahead. Do it. Do it. Go ahead. Come on. Now I'm asking for it. I better not see
Now
this.
they don't want to give it?
I know. I better not see this death in that recap, because I wanted to die this time, Scott.
It's gonna be there.
Yeah, oh, probably. Definitely, just because I said that now. I wanted to die this time. It wasn't by accident. It was my choice. I chose to be eliminated and to restart this. Okay.
I'm gonna pay my respects to you on the chat as well.
Ah, thank you. I had to explain to my girlfriend the other day why people post F in the chat when like you die in a video game or something, and I didn't quite realize how ridiculous it sounds until you say it to someone else, that this is why F is the thing everybody goes with, but
Right. And what did she has to say about it?
she just thinks it's hilarious that honestly typing F in the chat like that all came from one of the Call of Duty games. I can't remember which one it was. Press F to pay respects.
I believe it was Ghosts, I think.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that was. Ridiculous. Okay. Also, unskippable cutscenes before a boss fight. Nice. Shut up and kick my ass already. It always reminds me of the Oblivion. Is it the Daedric symbol? The one that they used in Elder Scrolls Oblivion, with the floating sort of U with the dot in the middle. Is whatever's behind that stained glass window reminds me of.
Oh yeah, it is a little bit similar. I loved Oblivion.
Oblivion was a very good game. I mean, overshadowed by Skyrim now, obviously, but for its time, Oblivion was amazing.
I think Oblivion was actually more fun than Skyrim. I mean, Skyrim has more customizability. You can add more stuff to the game. There's the mods, but at the same time, I think the world in Oblivion was much more alive. It felt more real because of the way they've created. They created schedules for everything that is in the world. You could meet people who would be trading throughout their own towns. You would see that people would go to have breakfast, and then they would go to work. They'll have their lunch, and at evening they would go to bed. And there were missions that tied to those features. I thought they were very interesting. And Skyrim still has that to some extent, but not as, I believe.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not as detailed. I didn't think. Yeah, I see Ian in the chat. I'm sure he's getting ready to defend Skyrim right now, but I agree.
Well, Skyrim is still good.
Oh yeah, really, really good. Okay, those are dead. Do your flash.
Okay, good luck, Jalen. You can do it.
Yeah, glad somebody has faith in me. Whenever you're ready. Okay, you're gonna do that. Go ahead. That's fine.
My machinations are timeless, Peter. Your life is not.
Interesting.
I don't think we've seen this before, have we?
I don't think so. Well, if you're not gonna do the flashing, then I'm just gonna shoot your guys right in the face. Reload. If Jalen plays Bloodborne, the intro for the second video would be full of deaths. Oh, Nightfall Unicorn, or Nightfall Alicorn, I love Bloodborne. I am happy to die in that game at any time. And it actually happens pretty rarely. Not quite as often as in this game, I will say. Bloodborne got me through college. If it wasn't for that game, I probably wouldn't have survived college, and I probably wouldn't have failed one year either, honestly. So, it's got its pros and cons, definitely.
In search of answers, we send forth a vampire to the Western Reaches.
Can I just hang out over here? Behind this corner? Nope, because he's gonna...
You have a little bit of sanity left. I don't know if that's gonna be enough for the spell.
I hope not. I think they only do sanity damage when they spawn. I think. We'll see if I'm correct about that, but... Okay, so the zombie's way over there. Means
Oh,
that this-
Pandora Jane, I'm curious now. I think I might have misinterpreted what you said. I know that in this game, when you are out of sanity and something gives you sanity damage, it counts as normal damage, as in going into your health. But do you mean that this also goes for the spells that you get to cast, or was you talking? Were you talking about? Oh, okay, okay. So she was talking about this instead. Then my mistake. I understood it incorrectly. You don't need to have sanity to be able to cast the spell.
Okay, so... I don't need sanity to cast a spell, as long as I don't take sanity damage while I'm trying to cast it. Okay. Well, that's not where... This isn't working right now, so we'll just kill him, finish him off. Go ahead, spawn
Oh yeah,
some more.
that's what must have happened. You must have taken sanity damage from the zombies while they were spawning, and that took you health, and that's what canceled the spell itself.
Mm-hmm. Sanity damage without sanity is basically normal health. It cancels your spells. Okay. Very, very good to know. So if he's not... Try this now. See what happens. Okay. Got him that time. So I guess he doesn't need to flash. Interesting. Nightfall Alicorn says, still a brilliant game even today. I had a maxed 544 character but lost my save. Oh, that's unfortunate. A blood level 4 run, I've never attempted one though. I've always wanted to, but that would be incredibly difficult, not leveling up your character the whole time. Oof. He just started flashing, Super Kid says. Must have bounced off the last zombie, I think. Ah. Ooh. Oh, no, not right now. Okay, drink that. Quick. Quick, 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 quick. Cast a spell. Do it, do it. No.
A little bit too late.
Okay, drink one more.
See if you can count how many times he tries to stump you, so you can predict when he's gonna stop.
Come on. Stompy footed.
I think now now's the time.
Go, 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 Pargon, 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 Pargon.
Ah,
Okay, so that was one stomp,
slightly off the time.
2 stomps, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stomps. Do that immediately. Quick, 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 quick. Yeah.
There you go.
1 death. It only took 1 accidental death.
A chosen death.
Yes. The other death wasn't a death. It was a tactical retreat from this inescapable boss fight. Let's go get that Daedric O. Essence of...
Zealot down.
Zelatath. Interesting. Okay, we're gonna pick it up, even though I hate picking up things in this game. It never ends well. Grabbing his hands, a shred of clothing. Okay. Cool. Sweet. Heh. Nice.
And that was how I came by it. I know it sounds crazy, but there you have it. The only proof I have is that Mr. Jones.
Dead grandfather.
It's a strange
I mean, he's alive now, but...
like it before. You have? Yes. Very rare, though.
Peter did not age terribly well. Although I guess he made out the best out of anyone that picked up the Book of Eternal Darkness.
I'm somewhat of an expert on these things myself.
Yeah, not many people who get to touch it get to live this long.
No. The dancing girl died. Kareem died. Alexander Roivas went insane. Trying to think, who else? The other priest boy during Charlemagne's timeline, he died and then became undead and then died again. Who else was there? I guess, who was the first guy? Pius Augustus. He ended up pretty happy, I guess, actually, so far.
Pretty happy indeed.
I mean,
And he's actually one of my favorite characters in this game is Pius Augustus. Maybe because he was the first character we got to play. I don't know, but I like him.
Interesting. Okay, so a lucky penny, which I used to fix the breaker. Which, for those of you at home, do not do that. Fixing breakers with pennies. That used to work. It will not work anymore. Oh dear, I'm so sorry.
It is time to save.
Yes, yes it
As
is.
soon as you can.
Just gonna nope out of that room real quick. Save the game.
You've gotta save on another slot, man.
Pardon me?
You've gotta save on another slot.
I know, I've been told before I should be using multiple save slots, but... Oh dear. Yeah, multiple save spots might help me out a little bit. I'm waiting for the sanity effect that says you've deleted your entire save file. I haven't gotten there yet, but I'm waiting for it. Do I have?
Maybe this was a mistake on my part, but on my playthrough, I've always healed my sanity to the maximum as soon as I got low. So I never got to see many of the sanity effects of the game.
Fair enough. That's not a bad idea, honestly. I can definitely see why. Some of the sanity effects are quite confusing. You walk into a room that's full of enemies and it teleports you back outside, just to sort of fake you out.
Some people would say this was sacrilege on my part.
The only thing I don't like is the crying baby. Very reminiscent of Bloodborne and how much I hated that crying baby in the background all the time. Oh, hello, hello. So, is this a sanity effect? I'm not sure. If I try and walk through here... Oh wow, that was real.
Effect.
Uh-oh, that was real.
When you are doubting reality, you know the sanity effects are working.
Yeah, I guess so. That is what was intended, definitely, while playing this game. I have a basement key. I know I'm upstairs right now, but let's see if I can find where this key is supposed to go to. Yes, Murgo, the Unborn, was that awful crying baby's name.
What's the name of the key you got? Is it just silver key?
Basement key.
Basement key, okay. Well, that's suggested.
Yeah, somewhere downstairs.
Haven't you been on the basement before?
I don't think so.
You played with Maximilian, didn't you?
That's a very good question.
I don't really recall, so I'm just gonna not say anything in an attempt not to spoil it.
Oh. Nope, that's not what I want to look at. I want to look at this fire poker here, tending itself. Yes, Elotastic. That statue does move, and watch Alex Rivas go as she walks by. Oh, right, and this puzzle. I never did figure out.
I don't think you need to bother about it for now.
No, I don't think so either.
Yes.
Okay. Not in this room. On the bright side, I know lots of places where the basement is not now. Oh, yep, books do that thing occasionally. Everything's normal.
When you played with Maximilian, one of the previous chapters, you open a door using a reveal magic spell right beside the stairwell. Do you remember?
I do now, yes. Right, that stairwell. That leads to the basement. Thank you, Golden Sand. Appreciate that.
Sure thing.
Hey, thanks for hosting us, Captain Cutthroat. We really appreciate that. Right, this door. Right. Oh. How weird.
Well, I missed that. I was skipping. I was alt tabbing over here. I ended up missing it.
Shotgun, yes please.
There we
Uh-oh,
go.
that means I'm gonna have to use it sometime soon. Alright, we're not gonna pick up that thing first. Oh no, there's shotgun shells. Fuse box, I think I know what to do here. Trip the breakers, turns on the lights. Safe. Stethoscope. Interesting. Let's see what's in this room. Some sort of elaborate mechanism. Okay. Okay. That looks like it's a part of the light puzzle from upstairs. K-Master Lock says, don't lift the shotgun, you become a Jill sandwich. I'm not too sure what that means, but doesn't sound good. Oh, and now we're black and white. Won't let me open this door. There we go. Oh, Resident Evil, Jill Sandwich. Yes, yes, yes. I know what you're talking about. And yeah, Elotastic, this is that creepy old man statue that keeps staring at you as you walk past him. Oh.
I don't know if others would agree, but this statue is, I believe, one of the creepiest sanity effects in the game.
I think so, yeah. It happens pretty early and just, I don't know, the game never mentions it, doesn't point it out terribly well. This painting is definitely new. I feel like I would have recognized those pectorals before.
Reminds me of a landscape in Blood Omen.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, in this new bathroom now. Do not open that cabinet right away. This journal. Let's read this. I sought to love all, yet now love causes me pain and suffering. I have learned to fear nothing, although it is nothing that I most fear. All that were loyal to me now number among my worst enemies. Sounds like he was getting a little paranoid towards the end there. Oh,
the next page.
Yep. I was worried it was going to be some scary sanity effect, but somehow finding another page is almost just as scary.
Ah, that's true.
And kill the master of this house. Do this one thing, and you will be free. And fear the wrath of Uriel.
That one sentence there, do this for me and you will be free, implies quite a lot of things about this universe and world.
Everything is complete for your arrival, master.
His concept of freedom may be different though.
That's true. Very, very true.
Is not too many.
It also seems to imply that
The royals has crossed our
they've become indebted in some way, either out of fear or
so merciful.
as payment or compensation for something.
Place in this wound.
Mm-hmm.
He will meet such a horrible death that the rest of the line will never set foot in his house again.
Sailor Midgard, I hate the door knock. Me too. That's not one of my favorite sanity effects, but very atmospheric. Really adds to the feeling of dread. Okay, before I do that, save the game,
Good idea.
just in case I die on purpose, as all of the deaths have been. Legacy. Oh. And now I'm playing as my grandfather.
My education in psychiatry.
That's a nice character to play as.
I would love to see how Freud's view of his mother would change with the knowledge of Chattur'gha. How Skinner would incorporate Xelotard into his behaviorist theories. How Jung would accommodate Ulif into his theory of the collective unconscious. Like my ancestor,
K Master, like, how bloody hilarious would it be if one of his cries was, "Help me, kind sir"?
as a psychiatrist, I believe that science could provide answers to my
That was a good
family's
impression.
bizarre
If you insist.
with great excitement.
Oh, and
Hello.
hello.
Mansion's history was
Hey.
Hey,
What did I
Dennis.
miss?
Not too much, Dennis. We were just
committed man.
Did I
went-
miss any deaths?
Only intentional ones.
All right, we are joined once again by our CEO and founder, Dennis Dyack. How are you doing today, Dennis?
I am doing great. How is everyone tonight? Sorry I'm late.
That's quite all right. It was a very important meeting you had to go to, and I'm sure everybody in the chat understands that.
Yeah, that's right.
Perfect.
Golden, how are you?
I'm doing fine. Hello, Dennis. Happy to see
It's
you.
good to see you again. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Well, absolutely. Whenever there's an opportunity, I'll be here. Thank you.
Oh, you're the best. You're the best. And hello to everyone in the chat. It's great to see. Wow, it's great to see everyone. This is awesome. And did I take it? You have mentioned that we're giving away another pack.
Yes, I have. I guess for those of you, if you're just joining us and haven't heard, we are giving away a free Founders Pack for this week's stream. All you have to do is type in the word RISEN, RISEN, into the chat to be entered for your chance to win. You only have to enter it once. Entering it multiple times will not increase your chances of winning.
Do it enough and you get disqualified like I did last week.
Yeah, so if you want a free Founders Pack, if you already have a free pack, you'll be able to give this one away to a friend of yours or someone that does not already have a pack. And where does found it? The minute hand, the clock. Type in the word RISEN for your chance to win. We'll do the announcement at the end of the stream, which will be in about 1 hour from now. Now that we have been joined by our CEO and founder, Dennis Dyack, who is here.
So an extra long stream today, so maybe I should be late every week. I'm sorry, everyone. I hope you guys don't mind me being so late. So I definitely did not want to skip. I really enjoyed this time. And, you know, we've had a couple, we do after parties once in a while. Those are super fun as well in the Discord. And, you know, really what we're trying to do is build a community as best we can. And by getting to know everyone in the community, I really feel it'll help put, our fingers really on the pulse of what everyone wants out of Dead House Sonata. It's our goal. We feel we work for you as the community, and in order to do the best kind of game that we can for you, we have to get to know you. So that, unless I can't make it, I'm always going to be here. We're going to start streaming. We are streaming, a lot. We're going to continue to stream as much as we can, and we're super excited about it. So thanks for being here.
Yeah. Thank you guys for coming out. If you haven't already, you can visit our website, deadhousesonata.com. There you can find a link to our Discord, which will let you join our community, have your voice heard, and you'll be able to join us in these after parties after the stream. Because they are an awful lot of fun talking and chatting with everybody and seeing how everyone's doing after each stream.
Perfect, and I hope everything went well on your meeting. And are you
Yep.
ready for some questions, Dennis?
I'm always ready. Fire away.
Awesome. Okay, guys, I'm gonna be paying attention to the Twitch chat, so if you have a question, feel free to type it and we'll ask Dennis. For now, there's a question from Lord Scara. He asked if all the classes in Dead House will be finished by the first stage, or if you intend to release them progressively over time.
No, definitely not. So, first of all, I think that would be a mistake anyway if we tried to get them all in the first stage. For the first stage, the target is 2 to 3 classes, and why I say I think it would be a mistake, the whole idea of the first stage is to make sure that we have time to really polish the game once it's out. So by releasing a few of the classes, it is likely that they're going to go through massive amounts of changes. And with those changes, we will be able to hone what works and what doesn't. And then we'll continually add, say we get 3, we'll then continually add the 4 other classes by time we get to the age, whatever age that is, where we're ready to start launching other houses. And so the idea is essentially get all 7 classes out there and make sure they're complete on their own, tons of narrative, lots of story, places to explore. And then after we really polish that up and get that up and running, that would what I would call a 1.0. Then we would go into launching subsequent houses that, once again, we'd start the cycle where we release new classes, new houses, new storylines. That's the general structure of the way we want to do this, and I hope that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Dennis?
Key Masterlock has a question for you about Blood Omen, about Dead House rather. He asks on Twitch, will players have mobility while blood drinking like in Defiance, or will we be locked in position like in the earlier games?
Oh, that's a very specific gameplay comment. Right now you can run while you're sucking blood. But I don't know, to be frankly, straightforward and transparent about everything. I'm not sure if that's going to make him too powerful or not as a vampire. Maybe that could be a skill to be able to move and do that. So these will be these kind of details. A very good question, but without having the game up and playable in a state that we feel the game is complete enough, it's very hard to tell right now. But I would say the answer is we're open to both, and maybe even a hybrid combination where you would use maybe a skill to do that. And you know what? With us all playing together, we can figure that out together. So.
Sounds good.
Calypso asked, what if it was aim-based, like in Spider-Man? That's not a very bad idea, being able to specifically pick or shoot which target's blood you'd like to drink.
Yeah, that's the targeting skill. So that's a whole other way of thinking about it, and that's totally different, really, but potentially really cool. So, yeah, possible.
Okay. Captain Cutthroat has another question for us on Twitch chat. He asks if all the races or classes are of human origin right now, and if there are any plans for turning members of other houses into undead.
Yes. So, I know it's kind of everyone's just kind of silent. Yes, but for the future. So after we start introducing other houses, we would also like to continue to release other classes of houses that have previously been released. So it could be that after a while, maybe we have 10 classes for Dead House. I guess it's, and would you have like, oh, I don't know, since we've talked about Giga House, would we have Undead Giants as an example? I guess made famous by Game of Thrones now. But I think that would be very interesting. The reason that Dead House right now is humanoid driven, that's to do with the narrative and the story. But the story can evolve. That's the great thing about cloud first emergent storytelling and gameplay, is that we can evolve this once we go. But there's a very specific reason why Dead House is the way it is right now, and I look forward to rolling out that narrative. I think it's going to be pretty fun.
Cool, sounds great. Jalen, now is a good time to save if you haven't done so already.
Very good point. Thank you for bringing that up, Golden Zan. Dennis, speaking of giants, you missed it. We finally fought that boss, the one that was teased
you
at
beat him
earlier.
Yeah.
Yes. Difficult, a very difficult boss fight, but we finally managed to...
This part's a little harder, I think.
Well, okay, that's not too bad. I only died once to that boss, so if it's a little more difficult, maybe only 2 or 3 deaths. Oh, they just showed it to me, and Magic Pool is the spell.
People are saying Jalen is lying on the chat.
What? I have never lied, ever. There was 1 death and 1 tactical retreat from the boss fight.
Tactical retreat?
Yeah.
What?
I ran out of mana, so I let him remove me from the boss fight by bringing my health to 0 so I could retry it.
Oh. Yeah. That sounds legit.
Some people are calling it a death. I choose to call it a tactical retreat. It's up to your interpretation, I suppose.
That's a good
Sure.
interpretation.
Well, go ahead. Sorry.
No, of course.
I was just gonna blather. So there's no you. Questions are more important than Jalen trying to convince us all that a death on purpose is not a death.
All right. For our next question comes from Nightfall Alicorn, and he's asking whether there's going to be any moderation system for something like stream sniping. Do you know what that is?
For stream sniping? Did you say
Yeah.
stream sniping?
Yeah, that's right. When
Go ahead.
stream sniping, when people are checking out streamers stream and reacting to that in the game itself, for example.
Well, yeah, I think look at that, buddy. Something new. I guess anything that's disruptive, we're going to look to make sure we provide an experience where it can be best dealt with. The answer is I'm not sure, and some of the things that people may or may not have thought about with. So as an example, if this is talking about the interactive streaming that with storytelling and the deep social media integration, that can actually be done without a streamer, which is interesting. So you can stream without even being there, right? So it's it'll be your game, but there's ways to interact. Anyway, it's pretty interesting. But yeah, anything that's disruptive, I guess we're going to want to look at it. If it starts really making the game not fun, we're going to have to deal with it somehow. I'm a big fan of trying not to put in rules unless we really, really have to. too many. We don't want to be the rules police. We don't want to tell people how they should play the game. We just want people to have a fun experience. Certainly. But if there's a large
weather issue in our end in Niagara.
Severe thunderstorms. We apologize. It's taken Jalen down. He's lost power. Quite frankly, it's looking pretty scary when I look out my window. So we're thinking, it's not that we don't want to stream. I was ready to go for much longer, but it's likely that we're all going to lose power. So that being the case, Scott, why don't we give away the Founders Pack right now? So if you haven't typed in Risen in the chat, do it now, and we'll give it away in 30 seconds. And then I think we should close the stream off. I'm so sorry.
Fantastic. And whoever the winner is of this Founders Pack, please message me on Discord. My username is SROOK. And if you have not joined our Discord, there's our link right there. And we're having a short after party afterwards in our voice chat.
Oh, the rain. Oh, it's hail. The hail's coming now.
Oh, it's hail, yeah.
Yeah, not good.
The leeches are using their powers.
Exactly.
All right.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Perfect. And we are rolling. And congratulations to Captain Cutthroat, who has won our Risen Founders Pack.
Here you go, Captain.
So, Captain,
congratulations.
Captain, if you want to go ahead and send me a direct message in our Discord, we will get that set up for you, and we will move forward appropriately. Again, our sincere apologies for cutting off the stream so shortly, but unfortunately stuff does happen, and Mother Nature is not very cooperative today.
Well, this is the first time it's ever happened to us, and there's been severe thunderstorm warnings all week. So, and it was supposed to hit today. But thanks everyone. Really apologize for this. Zan, Golden Zan, thank you so much for joining us. You are awesome. You're an incredible contributions to the community are blow me away every time I read one of your posts. And to answer that last question, so I want to answer this last question, and if we crash, we crash, and then maybe we'll pick it up in the after party. But it was a really good question, and the question was, sorry, I know I was saying goodbye, but then I just remembered the question was so awesome. So anyway, thank you, Zan. So before I start, so thanks for joining us.
Well, absolutely. Thank you for inviting me, and thank you for your words. I'm happy to know that you think like this about the content I'm putting out, and I hope I'm doing a good job at making your job easier.
Oh, you're making the community amazing, and so is everyone else who contributes to the forums, and we're trying to make the forums better all the time too. So, okay, to answer the question.
All right.
And so I guess the answer is a bit of both. And what I mean by this, and I'm going to fall back to what we did with Legacy of Kain, and I'm going to come back to where we are now. When we made Blood Omen Legacy of Kain, we did a ton of research into vampire lore, but we were very diligent on that research. So we knew vampires, we knew what we were wanting to hit, but at the same time, we did what I would call a gene splicing into what we think the world should be like. So I'm also a huge fan of, as people know, Elric of Melbourne and Michael Moorcock. And he wrote the multiverse and, all about parallel universes, the Eternal Champion. A lot of that stuff you can really see in Blood Omen Legacy of Kain. But what a lot of people don't know as well is Michael Moorcock inspired, from what I can see, and this is, I don't have intimate knowledge of this, but it sure seems like it, the whole idea of Warhammer and Warhammer fantasy battles. And in that world, vampires were warlords. And if you look at Bram Stoker's take on Warlords, and I saw someone posting his armor, that opening scene sold the whole movie for me. I just thought that was so amazing, the way that they did it. And it presented something that I really felt hit the zeitgeist for me on where I thought vampires should be. So the answer is, are we going to stick strictly to the mythology? The answer is, when you look at race, when you look at vampires, when you look at revenants, each culture throughout the world has certain rules, and then at the same time, they have differences. So there are types of vampires, as an example, and I think these are Indian vampires, but I'm doing this on the fly. I'd really want to check on this. But what these vampires do is they essentially separate their lower torso from their upper torso, so their body splits apart. They leave their legs behind. They fly around, get a victim, and then fly back. And that is super gross. So their like innards are hanging out, and yeah, it's great. But that's a vampire. And so the question is, would we in Dead House Sonata have a subclass of vampires that had that ability? Oh yeah, that would be cool. So we will do a lot of research. Will we have shiny vampires with skin that are always good looking? No, that's not going to be what we're going to do, because we're going to be dark and we're going to be grim. However, will we feel that we'll be hard tied to the essentially some type of lore? No, not really. So, but we absolutely will do research. And so, Zen, when you look at your posts that you put up there with all the research on Banshees, like amazing, right? So the idea would be, let's take all this in, and what would be the Dead House archetype for those kind of things, right? That's the idea. Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes sense. I understand what you're saying.
You agree or don't agree?
Yes, I think some things will definitely need to be changed from the stories. They might not be fitting. Talking about the Banshee specifically, for instance, a Banshee in Irish stories will not be able to get inside buildings. That's not something you can do in the game. So it's only natural that you will adapt that to the game itself. But at the same time, taking things from actual stories is interesting, and considering the huge variety of them throughout the world, there are plenty of interesting things that can come up for the game itself.
No, agreed. So there's the answer, folks. Hope it's a good one.
In search
Perfect.
of
Yeah, it was a great
answers,
answer. Thank you
we
for
send
your reply.
forth a vampire to the western reaches.
And thanks, everyone. Thanks for the time. Sorry about the stream. Sorry about the thunderstorm. We will endeavor to control the weather better next week. And but thanks for sticking around with us. And I look forward to seeing everyone later. Thanks.
Thank you very much, everyone. Unfortunately, I'm not Jalen, so I'm not even going to try to attempt his outro. But if you're interested in joining our after party, please join our Discord. And if you're interested in being a part of our first stage, please go ahead and visit our website at deadhousesonata.com. And also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and wishlist us on Steam. And Golden Zan, thank you very much for appearing on the show this week. And Dennis, thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks
Guys. Fight the living.
Fight the living.
Awesome.